Hey guys, welcome back to another video just for you, and I am super happy and a little emotional because I just watched Daniel Howell's new video, and it was about sexuality and coming out, and I was like, oh my god, whoa, I could really relate to him in terms of what to label yourself and the whole gay word being thrown around. I was also a bit of a victim in the whole gay word being thrown around. My own brother still to this day calls me gay and faggot, like it's nothing. Now, granted, he has no idea that I am bi, but I don't think I should let him know because I don't think he's mature enough to understand exactly what that means for me and what that means he should stop doing in terms of throwing around those slurs. So in Daniel's new video, he talked about how he was bullied, how he had depression because of how everyone was basically just throwing around the word gay, and he learned that, yeah, I am kinda gay, but I can't let people know because then they're gonna bully me even more for being gay. So then he came out as bi, and that's what I did too. Everyone seemed to be okay with that, along with Daniel. So in that aspect, we are similar. But then, as like Daniel said, it did go kinda to shit after that. I didn't really get bullied, but I got asked a ton of really awkward questions. Like, I had no idea that coming out would be so awkward in terms of people just coming up to you and asking you, do you like girls more, do you like boys more? If you're in a girl relationship, who's the girl, who's the boy? It's like, nobody's the girl, nobody's the boy. That's the whole point of a female-female relationship. Like, the stupid ass questions that I got asked were so dumbfounding. It was astonishing as to how someone could think like that. But then going onto social media, almost everyone thinks like that. A lot of people that I've met and seen on a daily basis think like that. Heck, I still get called a dude every day I go outside, and it's like, what the fuck? Now, I know I probably shouldn't be as triggered as everyone else when I'm being called a dude, but I am a cis female. I don't like being called a guy. Now, handsome I will take, but any other terms like guy or, well, dude, I'll take, but like he, him, I'm a motherfucking girl, bruh. I know I don't have like the huge ass tits or whatnot, or the thick hips, the butt, but you can tell I'm a girl just by me speaking. Heck, my eyes. If you look at my eyes close enough, you'll know. Those are girl eyes. Guys have different shaped eyes on a different level. It's hard to explain, but you can just tell. The forehead too, and it's like, what the fuck? So yes, I can relate to Daniel on one level, but on another level, I can't really relate to him. So, in terms of the depression, I never really got depression because of me coming out. I did get a lot of anxiety though, because I was like, how am I gonna come out to my family? How am I gonna tell everyone? And still, to this day, not everyone knows. I chose to keep that a secret from my mom's side of the family because they are older and they still have that mentality of a woman and a man getting married. So I'm like, well, if I tell them, they're going to think of me differently. And they're gonna be like, okay, well, now that we know that you're bi, what do we do? And it's so confusing and frustrating because I'm Ashleigh. Just treat me how you've always treated me these past 19 years. Heck, I didn't come out until I was 18 to my family because my dad is a whole nother story. He is like the drama queen of the family, if I can say that. Like, my mom's hella chill. She's like, oh, okay, do whatever, but still like check in, blah blah blah. And my dad's like, oh, you shouldn't do this because you're a girl, you shouldn't do this because you're a girl, blah 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 blah. And then when I told him, it kind of came out real awkward because I told him that my ex works next door, and he's like, your ex-boyfriend? I was like, no. Your ex-friend? I was like, no. He's like, girlfriend? I was like, yeah. And then this dude had the audacity to say, well, I was working. I was talking to him while I was working, so this was even more embarrassing. He's like, you're gay? And people looked at the table I was talking to him at, and I was so embarrassed. And I was just like, yeah. And I told him I'm bi. And oh, the look on his face. He looked so shocked, so hurt. And I was like, excuse me? You don't deserve to be hurt or even overreact that your only daughter is bi. Like, that's not gonna change her. She's not gonna be some outcast or going out fucking everything she sees just because she likes both genders. Like, it just made me so pissed for the rest of the day. And then when I came home, I talked to my mom about it, and she was like, oh yeah, he called me and he was screaming at me because he was like, how come nobody told me this information? It would have been nice for you to tell me. And then I got so pissed, and then she's like, but hold on, I told him that this is my mom speaking, by the way. I told him that it's none of my business to say to you how our daughter chooses to identify as. If you really want to know all of this, you should just take it up with her and her only, because it's none of our business really. If she chooses to come out, fine, that's okay. But all we can do is accept her for that, because she's still gonna be Ashleigh, she's still gonna be 19, she's still gonna be our daughter. And I was like, god damn, mommy, god damn. And that is how I knew that I for sure am going to trust my mom a whole lot more than my dad, because my mom will not overreact over the slightest shit. Okay, moving on. So, labels. Dan talked about how he was really confused with all the labels and all of the definitions and the flags, and goddamn, me too. It took me a while to really understand what being bi meant, and then even after, I searched the internet and I saw the word androgynous, and I was like, oh, okay, that's a cool word. Now, I choose to identify as androgynous in terms of my fashion. Otherwise, I'd like to be called a girl. I know it probably can be kind of hard to know someone's gender if they don't appear to look like either of them, but like, just ask pronouns or talk to me first before saying like ma'am or sir, you know? Because once you hear me talk, you'll be like, oh, that's a girl. Like, duh. I'm not some prepubescent boy who's like 7. Although, I could see how you could probably confuse me as such. Anyways. In terms of the flags, yeah, those are really confusing. Like, I I feel like every day someone comes up with a new flag and I'm like, okay, you do you, but what does that mean? Because I want to be educated in like the flags and the terms, because what if it applies to me? What if it applies to like some of my other friends, you know? I want to be able to address someone correctly, use the correct pronouns, and just be an overall good person instead of saying, oh, that's a dude, oh, that's a girl, oh, that's a she-male, you know? I'd rather just be all around educated and know what I'm talking about. Otherwise I'll sound really stupid. And I don't really want to sound stupid. And then moving on with the whole Dan thing, he kept talking about his fear with the word gay. And I also have a fear, but my fear isn't of the word gay, it's of the word lesbian. Because people kept throwing that word at me throughout high school and in middle school just for me being friends with girls. And I was so confused. I was like, what the? That doesn't make any sense. I can be friends with whoever the fuck I want. Like, if I'm friends with a dude, that doesn't make him my boyfriend. If I'm friends with a girl, that doesn't make her my girlfriend. That just means they're my friends. So the whole lesbian term, it really scared me. And to this day, it's an uneasy feeling when I see the word or when I hear it being used in terms of me. I'm kind of uneasy with the term. But honestly, with the way I feel about girls, I'm mostly a lesbian. But I still prefer the term bi because I also like dudes. So I guess I'm kind of a lesbian, I guess. I'll identify with however the fuck I want because I'm me, and basically that's just how it goes. If you want to be referred to as a queer person, good on you. I'm glad you found the terms that describe you. I have yet to find the perfect terms, and heck, I don't even know if I'll ever find the perfect terms, but even if I decide, hey, I don't want to be referred to as this, just call me Ashleigh, you know? That would be fine too. Because honestly, with the whole gender pronouns being thrown around at me, I just prefer you to call me my name instead of ma'am or sir or lady person, I don't know. I don't even like being called an adult because it just sounds old. It's weird, but it makes sense in my head. So yeah, I'm really glad he made the video because it made a whole lot stand out in terms of how I feel and in terms of how I've grown up, even from a child. I was raised Christian, and even after that, I was really unsure about the whole religion thing. And eventually, after I moved out with my mom, the whole religion thing was put on us. So we get to choose how we believe. And I wouldn't say I'm an atheist, I just say I'm nothing. I don't really believe in anything, but I'm open to learning about new religions and seeing what you believe, because I mean, it's cool to know about like what others believe and how they worship their god or their gods or their entities, whomever, whatever, you know. I just find it interesting. But yeah, it did kind of make it harder for me to come out, especially when I was being raised Christian, because I've really known that I wasn't really straight ever since I was like smaller, because I've always really thought, hey, that girl's pretty, or hey, that dude's pretty. And I've had crushes on both genders at the same time, and it was really, really confusing being stuck in a tiny body, just like, what the fuck is happening? Why do I like her, but why do I like him at the same time? And it's just like, what do I do? Now, in terms of relationships, I don't really enjoy them as much as others do. I find more of my happiness in solitude and in my friends. I'd rather spend time alone or with my friends than with like a boyfriend or a girlfriend or somewhere in between. I just don't really find joy in most relationships for some odd reason. That is something I'd have to look further into in forms of technical terms, but either way, it's fucking Pride Month, so who gives a shit? Like, just be yourself and be happy to be here today and to be who you are, especially Daniel Howell and all those around him. I hope you are happy, and I hope you are proud to be who you are, and that your pronouns are defining you in a way that you want, and your sexuality doesn't really matter, especially to others who just want to know for entertainment purposes, which I find highly stupid. Other than that, I think I'm gonna end the video. This isn't really a coming out video for me, just so you know, because I've always made sure people know I'm gay as fuck. But yeah, I'm gonna end the video now, so hope you all have a fantastic day, and I'll see you later. Bye!